welcome. Thank you very much. A very nice warm round of applause. Great to have you all here. Welcome to the Mulgrave Country Club. Welcome to That's Good for Footy, the only live and interactive footy panel show where the fans get to meet the players and the players get to meet the fans. That's what you guys are going to do tonight. This is where you'll get to see the players in a little bit of a different light. Who wants to meet them? All right, nice to hear, nice to hear. Let's get on with it then. Please welcome to the show our first panellist. He was born on the 11th of November 1990. He's played a total of 255 games and kicked a total of 475 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2011 when he plays for the Hawthorn Football Club. He wears the number 22 on his back. Please welcome to the stage, Luke Bruce.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club.
Very nice, very nice.
Play to win.
Hey, we're not at a funeral. You can clap a little bit louder if you like. It's all nice to have you here. Luke Bruce, everybody. Welcome him to the show. Yeah. Great to have you here. Nice to see you, mate. We were talking at the back. It's been a little while since we've had you on the show. Bloody COVID, you know, stuffed everything up. But so nice to have you back finally, and coming off the back of a win and a bit of a 6-goal haul, if you don't mind.
It is nice to be back. Certainly doing things like this, getting out to clinics, having a kick with the kids. It's what you play the game for.
Absolutely.
We've missed it a lot, as you said, and thanks for coming out tonight. We do really appreciate it.
Excellent. And we all spoke about it earlier. It was 1 degree this morning, and I think it's like -1 out there now. So you're in the right spot. You're nice and warm inside. You've got your scarves on. You've got your beanies on. Sit back, enjoy the show. Let's get our second panellist out here. He was born on the 14th of October in 1998. He's played a total of 49 games, and he's kicked a total of 83 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2018 when he plays for the Hawthorn Football Club. He wears the number 2 on his back. Could you please welcome to the show, Mitchell Lewis.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play
Look at that.
to win.
Hey, all the women in the room are just going, hello. How are you? Nice to see you. Best looking number 2 I've seen for a while. That's all right.
Low blow.
That's all right. You're like Jared Ruffhead, I get that. Nice to have you here, Mitch. This is your first time at the That's Good for Footy panel show. I welcome you with open arms, as all these people do. How's everything going for you, mate? How's life and stuff in general?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the welcome as well. That was very nice. Can't complain at the moment. 5 games to go for the year, and hopefully we can win a few more games.
Did you hear that? Hopefully we win a few more games. How good's that? I like that. Yeah, very nice. Hey, let's get to know the boys a little bit better. We're going to do it in our first little segment. It's called Who Are You? I like it. He's singing along. Hey, we like that, don't we, Sam?
Mitch is a singer.
Yeah, very good, very good. Hey, I'm going to just random questions coming at you, boys. Feel free to just be as honest as you can and as candid as you can. At school, what sort of a student were you?
I was, in most of my reports, it said if Luke was a little bit more diligent, paid a bit more attention, he'd be okay at school.
I'm sure teachers just tattooed that on everyone.
Yeah, I
This is
think
a
so.
word,
But yeah, obviously the favourite time for me was lunch and recess and PE classes. So I was tutored for English and things like that. So that was hard yards early days. But we got there in the end.
Yeah,
so
cool.
that was good.
What about you, Mitch?
Yeah, very similar. I was very much a troublemaker in class. Same sort of report card. If he applied himself, he could be a A-grade student.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, growing up as a kid, would you catch up with friends after school and have a kick in the park, or would you have a few of you to get around and go and have a kick down at the local ground or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. So I was on the farm out of town, but most afternoons we'd stay in town, and I'd always be at my friend's place, at my cousin's place, wherever it was. As you said, down at the local footy oval. We normally had footy training twice a week, and I just loved all that sort of stuff, mucking around with your mates, and it's probably where we learnt most of our skills that have helped us out now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, exact same. Kicking the footy after school. I had a couple of trees in my backyard that I used to think were goals and celebrate out there by myself. Also lived on the back of a golf course, so that's where my love of golf came along as well.
Yeah, right. Excellent. What was your favourite subject at school? Did you have one? And most players normally say
Yeah, definitely
PE.
PE. Yeah, pretty straightforward.
That's the case, yeah. Did you used to dominate in the schoolyard at kick to kick? And were you this height at school for yourself, Mitch? Sorry to interject there.
Right.
Yeah, I was chubby in school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while to lose some weight. I reckon I was pretty chubby until I was about 16, 17, and
Okay.
probably still a bit pudgy now. But yeah, I was pretty tall all throughout high school, and yeah, used to dominate the playground.
Yeah, right.
It's called, what do you call it down here in Victoria? Markers up.
Oh, yeah.
Jack in the pack?
Yeah, same. Markers
Same.
up.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So that I used to love doing that at school. Every recess and lunch, it always first to get out there and then get someone to kick it up, and it was just always see if you can take. And it's so funny now. I don't do that because I've got big boys like this that can do that for me. But I did used to love taking a specky.
Just fending off blokes.
Yeah, how cool is that? That's brilliant. Hey, who did you grow up barracking for, boys?
Oh, there'll be a few in the room that won't like this. I was a Saints supporter, so
That's okay, yeah.
Mine's probably worse. I went for Richmond.
It's all right. It's nice to get all that out of the way now. Now we can get back to real football. Going back to your first game, boys, you've just been told you're playing this week, okay? Who was the first person you told and what was their reaction? Can you recall that? You only have to go back 49 games, but just like, can you remember? And who you spoke
yeah,
to?
so I lived in a share house, so some familiar names for you guys would be Max Bailey, Jordan Williams, Sam Grimley, these sort of guys I was living with at the time. And
Okay.
Thursday night, selection night, was always when you were hoping or not wanting a call from Clarko, depending on which way you were going. And yeah, that Thursday, got a phone call. I remember, then telling all the boys who I was living with at the time, and then obviously Mum and Dad was the next call. So pretty special times.
What was their reaction?
Yeah, they couldn't believe it. I'd had a bit of an interrupted pre-season that year and only played a couple of games in the VFL, so
Right.
very unexpected, but yeah, absolutely stoked.
And just going back to you, how chuffed were you?
I couldn't believe it. As I said, I had groin issues and a bit of an interrupted pre-season, then I'd actually went back to VFL reserves.
Okay.
So I went sort of VFL reserves, VFL, AFL within about a month of footy, so I didn't expect it at all.
Wow, wide range of emotions associated with it,
huge.
for sure.
Yeah, I thought I was on a 1-year contract and third year on the rookie list, so I thought I was done and dusted.
And look at that, 475 goals later. Hey, what was it? Can you remember the first? Obviously you can, but tell us a little bit about it. How did it play out?
It was actually quite funny how I found out. So it was all set up by the footy club and Clarko in particular. I walked into the gym. I was probably last to walk into the gym, and all of the boys were in there. And Clarko sort of said, "Everyone, shush up," and said that I was going to be playing my first game, and the whole gym erupted. I dropped to my head. Clarko actually had a footy in his hands, and he handballed it towards me and hit me square in the face. So
Falcon.
yeah, that might have hit my confidence and maybe why we lost by 10 goals that week.
Did they have that on vision?
Yeah, they did have that on vision.
That's a great debut, isn't it? Hey, what was the emotion like for you when you put the jumper on for the first time in the change rooms, realising this is not just a supporter, this is not just a fan, you're now playing for the Hawthorn Football Club? Give us that emotion.
Yeah, you can't beat it. I was so nervous. I remember the locker room, it's like a rectangle, isn't it? But then the top end, there's another little set of lockers that's not actually really into the locker room. And I was so scared I didn't even want to go into the locker room. I just ducked around the corner and put my stuff out of the road of everyone else. And then, as you said, once you pull it on and the history in the jumper and all the success of Hawthorn, it's certainly a privilege.
God, that's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it really gets to you when you first put the jumper on, and every time we put the jumper on now, even I'm sure Luke can attest to this, but it holds special meaning, and every time we run out and in those colours, we know what it represents, which is always good.
Brilliant. Did you used to collect footy cards when you were growing up? And if you did, just before you answer that, what was it like when you first saw you on the card?
Not really. Being a New South Wales boy, it was sort of, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
like Mitch.
I did. I went and visited my mum's house recently, actually, and I had probably 4 or 5 stacks of footy cards still sitting there. So I think I had a couple of Luke as well, so might have to get him to sign them. But yeah, I loved footy as a kid and loved collecting footy cards, and being a Richmond supporter, I had a lot of Richmond stuff, but a lot of other clubs as well.
Mitchie's got a few good photos of Rewalt and Cochin and a few other older Richmond boys now, so they're good photos for him.
How cool is that? And can I ask, what was the emotion like when you first saw yours?
Yeah, it hits different. Even when I see kids in the number 2 now at training, it's that was me back in the day. So I used to attend all the AFL clinics as a kid, and I'm really quite chuffed when I see that sort of stuff.
That's brilliant. And Luke, can you remember?
Oh yeah.
Seeing yours?
Yeah, you're stoked. You obviously, like, even growing up, you'd see yourself in the newspaper or whatever, and you'd be excited. Let alone if it's on like a proper footy card that's got stats and all this, whatever they put on them. So it is pretty special.
Brilliant, mate. I love it. Does everyone in the family now barrack for who you play for, or do they still sibling rivalries or anything like that going on? Do they barrack for other people, other teams, I should say?
I reckon it took my brother 50 games. So he was a Geelong supporter. So you can imagine the rivalry. And yeah, now it's nice to say that he's fully converted and full Hawthorn. So that's
won him
that's
over.
good.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it took me a while to crack into the Hawthorn side, and some of you might recall I got drafted at the end of 2016, and my old man obviously went for Richmond. Richmond won the flag in 2017, so he certainly had ties still to Richmond, and for the couple of years following that, while I was playing Box Hill, I think he still went for Richmond, but now we've got him over to the Hawks, which is good.
Fantastic. Well done. I like it. Can you remember your first day turning up at the club for training? What were you thinking? Were you actually like really nervous? Were you anxious? What was that emotion like?
Yeah, it was a whirlwind. I remember getting drafted at like 11 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, and I was on a flight at 3:30 that afternoon. So home, pack a bag, try and sort your life out and say, yeah, I'm off to Melbourne. Fortunately, I only had like a week before Christmas and then could go home and sort a bit more stuff out. But yeah, first day I remember training with Michael Osborne and Chance Bateman, and they were the guys who gave me the nickname Punky. But yes, as you said, nervous, excited, but yeah, had no idea what the hell I was doing, to be honest.
Can I just interject before you give your answer? Chance Bateman, hell of a footballer. He seems to be, I wish I've actually met him and had him on the shows, but he seems to be one of those people. He gave Silk his nickname, which I found quite strange. Everybody thought that Silk got his nickname because he was like silky smooth. But the story was when Silk arrived at the club, he was on crutches.
Oh, yeah, right. I hadn't heard this one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, now I feel like I'm telling it out of school. Better hope I get it right.
Yeah.
But the circumstance was that he said, you're going to be a silky smooth kind of mover because he was on crutches. And everybody else that's always heard the story thought it was because he was basically
so
that.
Silky,
and Silk told the story when he was here, just before his 400 game. Brilliant story. I loved it. But Chance Bateman being one of those individuals that took it upon himself to actually throw out Punky and Silk.
Silk as well, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot to answer for, hasn't he?
He was a ripper, yeah.
Sorry, Mitch. Now, back to you.
Yeah, first training session or first day at the club in general, so scared. So nervous at training. You're trying to do things at 100 miles per hour to try and impress people, and you end up just stuffing everything up. So it takes a couple of weeks to fit in and find your place within the group, but yeah, super happy now the way things have turned out.
And what about parking? Were you worried about, do I park here, do I park there? Is it one of those things as well?
Nah, more in the theatre. So a lot of the guys are pretty particular about where they sit in the theatre. So I think I tried to sit back row, and then a couple of the senior boys were like, nah, mate, you're up the front.
It's like game day as well. So when people, like I've had to do it twice this year, where I've got lockers, different venues across the country, I've got certain lockers. So like this year in our first game in Tasmania, I think it was Connor McDonald throws his stuff in my locker before I get there. Sorry, mate, that goes out. So throw all this stuff out, put my stuff there, and then a couple of weeks back at Marvel Stadium, Jacob Kaczynski took it's A29 at Etihad or Marvel, and he'd taken it before I got there. So sorry, mate, that's going out, going to the next locker. So
no, there's like priority picks, isn't it? I like it. That's excellent. Hey, what was the biggest crowd that you first played in front of, and how did you feel when you were walking onto the field for that particular game? And does it bounce right back at you?
Yeah. So my debut was up at the Gabba, so that was a pretty hostile environment with the Lions. And just as soon as you run out for your initial warm-up, the noise hits you straight away. It's unlike anything I'd ever experienced, but the biggest crowd I probably played on early on in my career was probably Collingwood on a Friday night. I think we had 85 to 90,000 there. Massive game. We ended up getting up by less than a goal, so
brilliant.
The atmosphere was insane.
How good's that?
I reckon one of my first memories would be an Easter Monday, so probably like 70,000 or thereabouts. And yeah, as Mitch said, like hairs on the back of your neck, sort of stand-ups when you're running through the banner, and then just the moments through the game when it's like a big moment, whether it's like holding the ball or there's a big decision and the crowd really gets after it. That's when it's it's
cool
pretty
is that?
special. Yeah.
Mate, goosebumps on top of goosebumps. Wow. If it was your choice, not the coach's, what position do you think would best suit you?
I think exactly where we are.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a dream come true then.
Well,
actually.
yeah. Speaking for Luke, he's a bit of a goal sneak, so he always knows exactly where the goals are. But for me as well, I'm very comfortable up in the forward 50. Don't know how I'd go in defence.
Right.
I think the only one you'd get answering that differently would be like midfielders and that are playing out of position that like, I want to be the big dog in the middle. Like I feel like we're in the right spot.
How good is that? Yeah. Awesome. Was footy the only sport that you actually thought about playing? Was there...
I was massive rugby league, being a New South Wales boy, so loved that growing up as well. But a little bit of basketball. We played everything we could in the country pretty much.
Yeah. And you love, sorry to interject again, you love your golf?
You love golf as well. Not as good as this guy next to me, but...
How good was Cam Smith's swing? That was just...
Unreal.
I couldn't sleep. I ended up waking up and watched the last few holes. Yeah, it was
how
pretty
fantastic.
amazing,
What a great Australian. Loved it. Yeah, sorry, Mitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Footy, cricket, golf. Footy and cricket were the main ones growing up, so I played a bit of district cricket for Carlton when I was 15, 16. So I was playing a relatively good level, but... in the end, you've got to make a choice, and I chose footy, so pretty happy about that.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Do you watch a lot of footy on TV? And if you do you watch it with the sound up or the sound down?
Not a lot. I always watch the night before a game, like night before our game. Yep. It's sort of like just part of my routine the night before. But we watch so much at the club, it's sort of, normally get home and try and relax and get away from it for a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Luke's probably experienced it for longer than me, so he might be a bit more sick of it, but I absolutely love watching the footy. Thursday, Friday nights are my favourite. Just getting home, sitting on the couch, seeing a Friday night thriller, there's nothing better.
Brilliant. All right. Is there a song or music that gets you pumped and puts you in the zone? Do you have something that normally you'll go to, which might be your go-to?
No, not for me, to be honest. Benny Stratton used to do our pre-game mix, and now it's been taken over by CJ or Warple, as sort of the guys who normally run it. So I just rely on them to play a good playlist pre-game and normally just listen to that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit weird. Like when I'm going to the game, I just try to relax. So I listen to Fleetwood Mac. Bit of Miley Cyrus. Taylor Swift is up there.
Wow, there you go. Awesome, okay. You've been handed a first-class ticket to travel anywhere in the world. Where are you going and why? Now that we've been locked down for 2 years and you've got the chance, where would you like to go?
Because it's front of mind, I wouldn't mind going to Scotland and playing St Andrews.
Oh, wow.
That'd be right up there.
Yeah.
Bruce is German, so I wouldn't mind going up to Germany and checking it out. So we're from Hanover. Go and check Hanover out and see what it's all about.
How cool is that? Awesome. You've been... actually, I'll ask you this. Do you have that one mate that always likes to give you advice on your football?
I've got one mate that backs me every week first goal. Oh, really? I don't know if you can say that, but exactly. I've got one mate. No, most of them are not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, even mum and dad, they rarely say too much. My brother every now and then will say a few things here and there, a few pointers, but most of the time not too bad.
I'm similar. I don't really have a mate that tries to give me advice. I've got a couple of really good friends that take the mickey out of me if I have a bad performance and are pretty quick to pull me back into line if I have a good one. So those guys are always good.
Aussies are good for that, mate. Absolutely. Hey, how are you with flying for interstate games? Leg room, pillow, headphones? What's the go for you? What makes you feel comfortable?
I'm pillow everywhere we go, randomly. I don't know. I've done it since day dot and sleep better and whatever. So believed in all that. Now I'm older, I get a bit of extra leg room, which is nice. I feel sorry for some of these tall boys.
I don't know why he's getting extra leg.
So they're normally the couple for me, and make sure that I've got some downloaded series on my iPad so that I can kill some time.
Perfect, excellent.
Yeah, no, I'm a decent flyer. when I have to sit in normal economy, I struggle with legroom, but the club normally looks after us with some extra legroom, which is nice. But there's a couple of guys that you don't want to be next to on a plane.
Yeah, for certain reasons that we won't go into, but I get it. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, do any of the following things infuriate or frustrate you? Waiting in a queue, being stuck in traffic, being put on hold, waiting for a green arrow at a set of traffic lights, your streaming service or internet buffering, or waiting for the microwave to finish?
I still can't get my head around traffic. Just being from the country, and I remember when I first got here, like dealing with trams and things like that, I was like losing my mind. And even now,
What's a hook turn?
Yeah, I just don't get how a freeway can just be standstill. Like, just everyone go that way, just keep it going. Like, I don't understand how it becomes so crowded, but it's frustrating.
Yeah, I've got a couple. There's a personal one for Luke. Puts tomato sauce on everything.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
Tomato sauce on Weet-Bix if you could, honestly.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
But in terms of general stuff for me, when people don't wave back when you let them through in traffic, shower pressure, if the shower pressure isn't up to scratch. It's another good one. That's pretty annoying.
I don't mind that either. Yeah, very well done. You must choose one of the following life moments, boys. Your partner is giving birth to your first child. Your best mate is getting married on a yacht in Monte Carlo and he's shouting you an all expenses paid holiday. You're playing in the AFL Grand Final, or you have won an access all areas pass to see your favourite band on the planet. Which one are you choosing?
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll have to say the birth of my first child. Luckily, I've already got the grand final, so I can skip around that one.
Good.
Yeah, I need to be careful that my partner's not watching either. But we're definitely a while away from kids, so I'll say the granny.
Excellent. Good answer. Well done. One of the following is placed in front of you. Which are you eating? Cream bun, meat pie, custard tart, vanilla slice, glazed or cinnamon donut, or chocolate?
I reckon I'm going the cream bun.
Ooh,
tomorrow, like where I'm from, we go home, one of the first things I'll buy will be a cream bun when I get back there.
Love it.
Just a little treat.
Yeah, excellent.
Simple pleasures, chocolate for me.
Chocolate, done. There you go. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it is a footy panel show. We're going to discuss a little bit of football. We'll get in and out of it as quickly as we can. We don't want to bore you, but we will talk about it. It's round 19. It kicks off on Friday, July the 22nd. It's Tigers versus Dockers. Tigers are in 8th position versus the Dockers in 4th. It's 7:50pm at Marvel Stadium. Tigers lost to North by 4 points. The Kangaroos played some bloody good football, although the Tigers did kick 11-22. Dockers went down to the Swans by 17. What do you think here, boys? Tigers v Dockers at Marvel.
I think I would probably be tipping the Tigers. I know they've had two weeks where they've sort of probably should have got the chocolates against the Suns, and then I know last week 11-22, bad kickings, bad footy. So I think I'd be taking them. Dockers they're a quality side, but again they're in Melbourne, got to travel. I'd be going with the Tigers.
Okay, good.
Dockers for mine. Richmond are pretty much playing an away game at Marvel Stadium. Anyway, they don't like travelling to Marvel, so Dockers for me.
Right. Well done. I like that. Luke likes it that much. He's writing it down. That's brilliant. No, it's okay. Saturday, July. I'm going to check this. Saturday, July the 23rd. We'll go to this game. It's Swans versus Crows. Swans in 6th position versus the Crows in 16th. It's at 1:45 at the SCG. Swans had a strong win over Freo in Perth, winning by 17 points. Crows fought hard against the Pies, only to go down by 5. What do you think here, boys? Swans versus Crows at the SCG.
Yeah, we took on the Crows a few weeks back, still developing and got a little bit to go, so I'll be taking the Swans.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Crows are fielding the younger side in the AFL at the moment, so I think Swans will win quite convincingly. This
game, it's Roos versus Hawks, 18th versus 13th, 1:45 at Bluntstone. We'll talk about this one in depth in a little while. I'll jump over to this though. Power versus the Cats. This is at 4:05pm Adelaide Oval. Cats in 1st position, coming up against Power, who are in 11th. Port went down by 14 points to the Demons in a town called Alice. Cats showed they are the real deal with a dominant display of football, with a win over the Blues to the tune of 30 points, and Cats now 8 on the trot. What do you think here?
Well, Port have to win, I think, to make finals pretty well. So yeah, I don't think they can get over the Cats. So the Cats are going along very nicely at the moment and playing some very good footy. So I think the Cats should
found form
should
just at
take
the right time, haven't they?
have.
Port.
Port. Nice and easy. I like it. Well done. Let's go to this game. It's the Lions in 3rd position versus the Suns, who are in 12th position. 7:10 p.m. at the Gabba. Lions back on the winners list with a comfortable win over GWS by 40 points. Suns went down to the return of form Bombers outfit by 48 points. What do you think here, boys?
Yeah, that was an interesting game. I couldn't believe the score in that Suns-Bombers game. So I think the Suns they'll turn it around, but I'd still say the Lions should get over them up there at the Gabba.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, have the Lions lost at the Gabba this year? Or they lost for the first time a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, they'll bounce back at the Gabba, I think. Lions for me.
Okay. Let's go to this game then. This is Dogs versus D's. Dogs in 9th position versus the D's in 2nd. 7:25 at Marvel. The Dogs were way too dominant over a lacklustre St Kilda, beating them by 28 points, and the D's are sitting 2nd on the ladder, just under the Cats by 4.4%. What do you think here, boys, in relation to this? Dogs and D's, Marvel.
Yeah, it's another one where the Dogs need to win to keep their finals hopes alive, but I think the D's will be too strong. They're starting to find a little bit of form again, and they need to in this back end of the year if they're going to be the contender that everyone talks about.
Should be a good game.
It should be
between
very
those
good.
two.
Dogs were good last week.
Yeah,
didn't give the Saints a look in. So
exactly.
Yeah, I was just about to say nearly the pick of the games for mine, except for our one, of course. But that's close. Norton is back from health and safety protocols, but I think D's forward line will get over their back line. So.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done. Love it. Sunday, July the 24th, it's Blues versus Giants. Blues in 7th, Giants in 15th, 1:10 p.m. at Marvel. Carlton coming off a 30-point lesson from Geelong. The Giants as well suffered a 40-point loss. Big game for the Blues. What do you think?
Yeah, massive game for the Blues.
You know.
I think they'd be pretty disappointed after last week. So they'll bounce back.
Yep.
Yeah, Blues for me as well. Absolutely love watching the two big key forwards go about their work for the Blues.
Yep, good. Okay. This game, 2:40 p.m. This is over in Perth at Optus Stadium. It's the Eagles versus the Saints. The Eagles are in 17th position versus the Saints in 10th. This is a big one for the St Kilda. There's no stretch of the imagination there. Eagles coming off a 25-point loss to the Hawks.
Yay.
I say that and pause because I just want to see who's awake. All right. Saints, as I said previously, put up a very poor performance against the Dogs. They'll be looking for more than redemption from this game. What do you think here?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think Saints are, 6 in a row they've lost?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that when I heard that the other day. So
sorry, they won 3 weeks ago. Yeah, just one.
1 and 5.
Yeah.
So I'll tip the Saints. I think they need to win to keep their season alive again.
I think this could be a very close game. Flip of a coin, I'll go Eagles.
That's interesting. When you say close, are you thinking because it's over in Perth and the Saints may not travel as well, and West Coast seem to have found a little bit more form and players are coming back? Yeah,
I think so. Eagles have had a fair few experienced players come back. I'm not sure if... I know Nick Nat didn't make the travel over to Melbourne on the weekend, but if he's back, I think they have a really strong chance.
Really interesting game. I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of that. Let's go to the last game that we will talk about here before we go to yours. It's the Pies versus Bombers. Pies in 5th position versus the Bombers in 14th, 3:20 p.m. at the MCG. Pies with 8 on the trot. The Bombers with a W next to their name from their last 3. Arch rivals coming head-to-head at the pointy end of the season. This should be a cracker game, these two. Probably not match of the round, but a bloody good game. I'll be interested to see how it goes, 3:20 p.m. at the MCG.
Yeah, it should be a very interesting game. Bombers have found form. I'm not sure what happened earlier in the year, but pressure's off and they seem to be playing much better footy now. It is a genuine toss of the coin for me, I think. Yep. The Pies just cannot keep getting over in those close ones. It's actually amazing. Yeah,
it is, literally.
I'll take the Bombers.
Oh, yeah. I'll go Pies. I think they've just got too much class.
Wow, interesting. Okay, that's great. Our last game to discuss, boys, is Hawthorn versus North Melbourne. We'll talk about that in our next segment. It's called Tell Me More. Singing to that one, Mitch? Yeah? No.
Nah, I missed that one.
Right. Each week we ask the panellists to give their thoughts and opinions on all things happening in and around football. We're not trying to make or break the news here, boys. We just want to get your thoughts and opinions straight from the players. Let's do it. This week it's round 19 and it sees the 18th placed North Melbourne coming up against the 13th placed Hawthorn. Saturday afternoon, football at Freezing Stone Arena in Wintermania. The game kicks off at 1:45pm. North have won only 2 games this year, but they are looking a bit better as a playing group. It wasn't just last week against the Tigers, they also played a nice brand of footy against the Pies a week before as well. Before we get here, I'll just go a little bit further. Yes, they do overuse the ball, and as a collective, they tend to make some really bad decisions, putting each other under some ridiculous pressure. But I think as a playing group, once they get the right directives from the coaching group, more cohesion and continuity into their games, they'll be better for it. They need to run their games out as well. Their leads of late, when in front, will be eaten up by better teams. Anything you wanted to add to what I've just alluded to in that first little segment?
Oh, Tassie's not that bad. Tassie gets a bad rap.
I'm a Tasmanian.
The forecast actually looks all right as well. 14 degrees.
No snow?
Yeah, 14 degrees. That's a balmy day down in Hobart.
It is, yeah.
We love getting down to Barnbougle, down at the golf down there.
Of course.
And, people are like, why are you going down in winter? It's like, it's going to be freezing. But you get some beautiful days down in Tassie.
I know.
We like getting down there. Obviously, it's a bit different this weekend going down to Hobart. But I think there's only like 2 or 3 from our side that had actually played at Bloodstone.
Oh, really? Yeah, right.
It'll be a new venue for us, and go down and check it out on Friday.
You're always up at UTAS, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It was a huge week at the club last week with the passing of Paul Deere and Jack Gunson's dad, but Hawthorn, being the family club, handled it with all class and dignity. Nice to see a lap of honour being given to Poppy, Geordie, Strats and Birch as well. That was a nice little touch. You guys obviously got to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good to have those guys back. They obviously deserve their lap of honour and were, massive contributors to the Hawthorn Footy Club. So
absolutely.
Yeah, Geordie obviously going to a different club. Birch ended up finishing up at Brisbane as well. Yep. Poppy and Strats finished up in COVID, so didn't quite get the send-off that they probably deserved. So it was good to see them on the weekend.
And that's the thing, because we went through COVID and sometimes we do forget that we've been 2 years without it and not seeing people and not mingling. I know, just as a sidebar, I think Ben Mackay is playing his 50th for North Melbourne, and all the games leading up to, he hadn't done it, like the only person to play his 50th, not in front of a crowd. Yeah. So that's amazing to go through that. I'll talk about this, about the game. Eagles got off to a nice start. They were just putting pressure on your back line. Sis and Jaith were under the pump real early. Eagles converting 4 majors in the first quarter. It looked like from the outset that it was going to be a challenging game, but then the Hawks got on top in the second quarter, kicking 7 straight. There was a bit of rain about half an hour before the game, making conditions a little slippery. Did you guys have to adjust to that, by changing your stops or anything, or was there any player movement? What was
I definitely thought about changing. I didn't in the end, but there, it must have been a huge downpour, because I was mucking around about an hour before the game, and then once we went out for warm-up, it was just totally different. So,
wow.
You do have to think about that sort of stuff game day.
And did it make it slippery underfoot?
Yeah. Not too bad.
It didn't necessarily appear so on the game.
Yeah, didn't really rain for the rest of the day. It does make it a bit slippery, but for me, if anything, it actually makes it a little bit easier because the ball skids straight instead of being bouncing everywhere.
Yeah, take full advantage of that.
Like the oval ball can. So
perfect.
Make us look silly at stages.
Excellent. It was great to hear the bruise go up when you got your first goal, Punky. But even better was to come. You ended up with 6 for the day, equaling your best haul, which you've now done, I think, on 3 or 4 occasions, I think.
I can't get over it. I can't get to 7. It's sort of annoying, but anyway, that's Jack Gunson was quick to remind me. He sent me a screenshot. There's about 6 of us that have kicked over 400 goals but can't get to 7.
Right.
So he just keeps rubbing it in for me.
How's that? I've written down here, mate, fair bloody effort though. All right.
Thank you.
Observationally, it looked like Sis is making the most of Clarko's non-appearance by wearing the long sleeve jumper, filling in for no Chad, obviously, who's out for the rest of the season. There was a nice passage of play which always looks good when it comes off, and that's when teams use the centre corridor. The Hawks with run-off half-back through Sicily. Nice direct football. Beautiful football. Sis also unleashed a nice 62-metre torp from the centre, which reached the centre square. You got to love that. How good was that?
He took the mark on the end of it.
Yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
Yeah. That was brilliant.
I was on the end of that talk. It was massive.
Yeah.
I think he'd like to do that every single kick he has to get his metres gained up. But he's been using some simple options as well, which has been really helpful with our back line.
Yeah, brilliant. The third quarter was a bit scrappy from both sides, but at least when you did go forward, you did on most occasions score a major, finishing up with 15 for the day and a beauty. With 47 seconds left on the clock, Bruce kicks his sixth, equaling his best. It was a good win for a young group of emerging players, I thought. Tell us what was discussed by the team afterwards from that win.
Yeah, probably the most pleasing thing is you spoke about the second quarter, and I think we kicked 7, and we had a pretty handy lead, but the Eagles sort of kept coming at us, and I think in sort of early in the season we'd given up leads significantly. Like I think there was 2 or 3 where
for sure.
I remember Sydney down in Tassie and that where you guys as supporters would have been pretty disappointed with our last sort of quarter and a half. So for us to get challenged and then our pretty young group to respond and then eventually get over the line was probably the most pleasing thing from my point of view anyway.
Spot on.
Yeah, there was some really good performances coming out of the game as well. I think Josh Ward with the Rising Star nomination had his best game for the club. Sis was strong as ever, and Punky did his thing up forward, stole some goals off me, which was pretty rude of him.
Well said. I know there's no such thing as an easy game of footy, and each game presents new challenges. This one will be no different against North. Put simply, where do you think this game will be won and lost?
Yeah, I watched their game last week against Richmond, and it's sort of funny. Once like confidence is a massive thing in footy, and they just seem like completely different players. I don't know what it is about when you get a new coach or the coach gets sacked, and then that next week, I don't know whether you guys have got some theories on why it happens, but to respond the way they did, and they just looked like a different team. And as I said, confidence, and when they were up and about, it was a completely different
beautiful
side.
To watch.
Exactly, and could be definitely present a challenge for us this week. So I think it'll be won and lost in our the midfield battle. Yep. Hopefully, us forwards can take care of their defenders and put a good enough score on the board. But I think in the midfield they've got some quality ball players there with Davis Uniacke and these sort of guys that can certainly rack up the possessions and be damaging on the scoreboard. Spot
on. What I was alluding to and what I'm about to suggest, North have got players like Zerha, who is also coming off a bag of 6, Curtis with 3, Simpkin and Davis Uniacke, who are all developing into quite talented footballers who know how to find the ball and how to, more importantly, know how to use it effectively. Which I think is great for the North Melbourne Football Club. It'll be a good contest between Goldstein and McAvoy and Reeves, plus a good matchup between Lewis, I presume, and Mackay. So, could be interesting.
Yeah, he's playing some really good footy as well. I think he's taken 14 intercept marks in the last couple of weeks. So, doing my homework on him, I got a bit of a touch-up by Barras on the weekend, so certainly motivated to come out this week and put in a good performance.
Brilliant. The last one I wanted to mention there was Sis on Larkey. Should he play? I know that Larkey had that foot injury. I haven't seen the team, so I don't know. But I'll give you guys the final word on a tip and a margin.
Obviously tipping the Hawks, but I think, just new arena. It could be windy, it could be whatever you get down in Tassie. So I'm not too sure on the margin. Probably anywhere 15 to 30 points, hopefully.
Nice, very nice. Excellent.
I think North will win. We'll get the chocolates by 37 points, and nice. Bruce to kick his bag of 7.
Oh, wonderful! How good is that?
I'm going to pass to you this week. I'll give them all.
Yeah, you owe me actually.
Just to talk about some off-field stuff very quickly, Dylan Moore received the inaugural Paul Deere Award for Player Judge Most Courageous on the field. Fitness coach Peter Berg arrives at Hawthorn after 10 years down at Tigerland. Must be looking forward to finding out what he's going to get in with ageing body and feeling, bring it on.
Yeah, so he was my weights coach or strength and conditioning in my first couple of years before he went to Tigerland. So it'd be good to get Bergie back and see what he can bring to our group.
How brilliant is that? As you just alluded to, Mitch, Josh Wood received a round 18 Rising Star nomination to go along with your round 5 nomination of Jay Uckham. Jay Uckham, I mean, bloody awesome. That's all I wanted to say, folks. Please put your hands together for the boys. Let's introduce a segment. It's called Simply the Best. Charlene, you'll be happy to know that Punky's that confident. He goes, there's no 0. All right? So he's got a lot of confidence. It should be good. Let's see how you go. Remember, keep your microphone nice and close to your chin and speak in a clear and concise voice so I can hear you. All right, here comes your first question. How many premierships has your club won?
Gary.
Gary.
13.
Correct, 13. He's off the mark. Well done. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
Charlene.
Charlene.
3.
No. Gary, want to have a go?
7.
No. 6. Bad luck. Very close. Who is your team's captain?
Charlene.
Charlene.
McAvoy.
Correct, Ben McAvoy. Who wears the number 7 at your club?
Charlene.
Charlene.
McAvoy.
Ben McAvoy, well done. How many members does your club currently have closest to within 1,000?
Charlene.
Charlene.
86,000.
Not bad. Gary, do you want to have a go? I'll say that it's less.
78.
Wow, 77 and 79. 77,079. You get the chocolates, mate. Well done. All right, where did your team finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year?
Charlene.
Charlene.
14th.
Correct, well done. 14th it is. Look at this score, Pat. What's 3 versus 2? That's not too bad. Come on. All right. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season?
Charlene.
Charlene.
10.
No. Gary, do you want to have a go? Slower.
8.
No, you're always one off, mate. It was 7. Bad luck. What year did your team last win a grand final, and who did they play?
Charlene.
Charlene.
I was there. 2015.
Yes, it was 2015, and who did they play?
Fremantle.
Sorry?
Fremantle. West Coast.
It was someone in the West. Yes, it was West Coast. We'll give you the points. 2015 West Coast. How many points did you win that grand final by?
Oh, heaps. It was great.
Give us a number. Gary, do you think you know? Charlene?
52.
Ooh, a little bit less. Gary?
45.
Oh, he's done it again.
Give it to him, give it to him.
46. Wow. Bad luck. All right. Listen to the entirety of this question and then add it up at the end. I'll only give you 3 seconds once you buzz in. I'll give you 3 players' names. I want you to add up their jumper numbers and give me the combined total of all 3 jumpers. Here's your first one. Tom Mitchell, Chad Wingard, Liam Shills.
Gary.
Gary?
46.
No. Do you want to have a go, Charlene?
50.
Oh, now you're one off. 49. Bad luck. Another 3 jumper numbers. Jack Gunston, James Sicily, James Warple.
Gary.
Gary.
30.
Correct, mate. Well done. All right. So what have we got? 4-3. Oh, it's getting close. This is worth 2 points, okay? Who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2021 and how many goals did they kick?
2021.
Bruce. Oh, Gary.
Yeah, who do you think, Gary? Who do you think?
Bruce.
Yes?
43.
I'll have to give Charlene a go. It is Luke Bruce. Do you know how many goals, Charlene?
45.
No, it was 33. So you get 1 point, Gaz. All right? Now, this is worth 3 points. This is for player, year and votes. Listen to the whole question. Who was the last Hawthorn player to win a Brownlow medal? What year and how many votes did they poll?
Gary.
Gary.
Tom Mitchell.
For 3 points. Tom Mitchell is correct for 1.
2020.
2000 and what? Just say it, mate.
20.
No, it's not 20.
21.
Do you want to have a go at votes?
28.
That's correct. You got 2 points. Charlene, do you want to tell me the year?
Charlene, you need it.
Oh, thanks.
Come on, Charlene. What year? That's all you got to do.
19.
Oh, no, 18. Wow. 5 versus 6. Gary, you are Simply brilliant. Simply the best. Well done. See, look at that. You didn't want to come up and look at that. You've not only won, you've got the headphones to go with it. And you got to shake the hands with the players. That's all right. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for coming. Good to see you, mate. Charlene, thank you very much. Charlene, you don't go away empty-handed because you're a bloody good contestant. Let's give you a footy.
Oh,
All right?
thank you.
Congratulations. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Hey, Simply the Best was proudly brought to you by Yamaha and the Big Picture people. They are the experts in surround sound home theatre technology. The Big Picture people are located in Hoppers Crossing, Clyde North, Water Gardens, South Morang, Cheltenham and the Gold Coast. Well done. Congratulations to both of you. All right, we're going to introduce a segment. We've got two contestants up here. They're going to play it. It's called Cool World. All right, what would your name be? Xavier. Xavier, okay. Nice to have you here, Xavier. And your name? Ashlyn. Nice to have you here. All right, I'm going to explain how this segment works. I'm just going to ask the boys a series of random questions. You two are going to keep score. All right, so each time that you hear this noise, that means that they got the question right, or I liked the answer that they gave, and you're going to flip the paddle over, all right? So if you hold the paddle up there like that, actually we'll do it that way, and then when he gets it right, you just flip it over that way. Same for you, Ashlyn. All right, here come the questions. Are you ready, boys? Doesn't matter who answers first or otherwise there's no order here. Here come the questions. Have you ever Googled yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, all right, that's 1 point each. How good's that? 1 point each, I like it.
I was checking how many games I was on.
Do you watch replays of games that you feature in?
No.
No points
Highlights.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, all right. Would you get a hair transplant if you were going bald?
No.
Yes.
1 point, Ashlyn. There you go. Have you ever said, do you know who I am, when lining up at a nightclub?
No. Yes, that's a yes.
Yes. 1 point?
No.
No? No points, all right. One for you. You flipped it over? Good boy, well done. Have you ever fudged a footy story to make it sound better?
Yes.
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 Absolutely, he says,
Absolutely,
yeah.
yeah.
1 point each. Have you ever brought a present for your partner, but it was really for you?
Yes. Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Yes, pots and pans.
Cool, all right, point each. Another point, beautiful. You're going along really well here. Have you ever re-gifted a gift that was given to you?
No, I haven't.
No?
My wife has, but
Yes.
Yes?
Bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine, okay. 1 point, Ashlyn. There you go. Have you ever pretended to be on the phone to avoid a conversation?
no.
No?
Yes.
Yes. 1 point, Ashlyn. There you go.
Jeez, we're killing it.
Are you on social media more than 4 hours a day?
No.
No.
No points there. Someone annoying is talking to you and they have parsley stuck in between their teeth. Do you tell them?
See, this used to happen to you a lot when you had your braces. So, yes. Yeah, I'm a good friend like that.
But he said something annoying. Am I annoying?
No.
Can't give you half a point, so we'll give you a full point. Well done, Ashlyn.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
There you go. All right, point for you as well. Last question, all right? What have we got? 5 versus 7.
Oh, I'm home.
You get upgraded at an event, a restaurant or a hotel to VIP because someone thinks you are someone that you're not. Do you just go along with it?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously.
A point, Ashlyn, and a point, Xavier. There you go. You're both winners. Congratulations. You both get to take home a prize. I love it. Well done, champ.
Well done, Ashlyn.
Thank you very much. Shake his hand. You can leave that one there. Ashlyn, you can shake his hand. Congratulations to both of you. Let's give you a prize. Xavier, there you go. That's good for footy beanie. That'll keep your head warm because it is cold outside. And the same for you. Thank you very much for playing, Ashlyn. That was great to have you here. Well done. All right, off to show and tell tomorrow at school. Look who I sat next to last night. All right, we'll do this little segment before we do the photos. It's our last little segment before that. We're going to do it. It's called What Can I Say? All right, what we're going to do here, boys, this just helps us understand a little bit about you as a person, more so than a footballer. So we're going to go through a couple of questions that will just ascertain that. Do you like running through the banners?
Yes, yeah, I love running through the banner.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoy the feeling of running through the banner. I wish I could wreck it more. We can only really go under it because it's so heavily taped to keep it straight. So I wish I could just run through the whole thing.
Cool. But you don't want to do a coat hanger either.
No.
I'm with you. The siren has gone. You need a goal to win the game. Who do you hope has got the ball in their hands to win it for you?
I'd say Mitchie or Gunston.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably depends where it is on the ground.
Yeah.
If it's from the boundary,
Yep.
Luke. If it's from 60 metres out, Sis, anywhere inside. And then if it's 30 metres
so
out.
you're better from 60 than Sis.
Yeah. True, me.
Even better, I like it. All right. Hawthorn supporters are?
Pick and choose.
Yes. Yeah. I'll vouch for that. What about you, Mitch? What do you think?
I would say amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well done. Beautiful. There you go. Which AFL club do you like to beat the most?
I think Geelong. I reckon you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, no arguments here.
Yep, Geelong it is. Do you prefer a day or a twilight grand final?
Nah, day for me, traditional.
Traditionalist, yep.
Yep, date.
Same. You've been reincarnated as an animal. What sort of an animal would you hope to be?
I reckon a dog, because we've all got dogs, and the way you look after them really well. You'd have a great life, yeah.
That's it.
You would love to be Lola, your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely spoiled.
She's got a great life.
Excellent.
What would I like to be? I wouldn't mind being an albatross or something, just sort of sail through the air.
Nice. Okay, a little bit different, but that's what we like.
That is different.
Yeah.
Left field.
Yeah, left field. Which one of these things gets you pumped the most before a game? Is it the smell of deep heat, the smell of fresh cut grass, pulling on the jumper, strapping on the boots, a footy in your hands, or the sound of the crowd?
The DP one's a funny one because it's not used as much as what probably a lot of supporters would think.
Yep.
So when you do smell it, it actually is pretty that's the real country footy upbringing, junior footy sort of days. So that's probably for me.
Yeah, we had a bloke use deep heat for our captain's run last week, and it just outrageous scenes. Why do you need deep heat for a little jog and kicking a catch? But crowd for me.
Yep. Okay. Good. Should Tasmania have a team of its own or a relocated one? Ooh, controversy.
Yeah, I think they'd be able to support it down there. I think if they had their own.
Yep.
And I don't know if you relocated one, would they all buy in? The buy-in wouldn't be as strong. I don't know. You'd go on for days about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think if you asked a Tasmanian, then they would definitely want one. So do you think there should
I want
be?
one. I want one. Stand alone. Absolutely. I'd love it. Who thinks they're the funniest bloke down at the club? And obviously it's who thinks they are.
Luke thinks he's very funny.
Oh no, I'm not.
This is so annoying. This is actually another thing that annoys me. So when he has a mandarin, he'll grab the peel, and people squeeze a little mandarin peel in people's eyes. Does anyone do that? He comes from behind and reaches around and squeezes it in your eye, and you can't see for and then he runs off thinking he's the funniest man on the planet.
That's
just a pest.
That's when you know you've been at the footy club for too long.
I don't mind that though. That's not bad.
Trying to find things to entertain me.
He literally did it to me this morning.
That's good. But did you have anybody that you wanted to nominate, or we'll just go with that? Because I like that.
I don't know. It was always Poppy. There's no real pranks, isn't that left?
I would say nearly the coach.
Yeah, Mitch was always right up there.
Cool.
Always having a laugh.
Being an AFL footballer to you is?
The best job in the world, I think.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
Yeah, great, excellent. Who's a bit tight with their money at the club? Be honest. You're amongst friends.
Will Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to buy a house, trying to save for a deposit. He doesn't want to shout it.
Okay. So we want to chip in when you go on
Yeah,
C-Link?
that's it, yeah.
Chad Wingard, when he first got to the club, avoided going on the freeway to the airport because he didn't want to pay tolls.
Here we go. There it is.
That's actually true as well.
That's a true story. I like it. Who likes to get their rig out just a little too much down at the club?
Jager. Jager had it out today. It was like freezing, and we started training, and he had his shirt off. It was,
James Warple as well, similar sort of vibe, just good rig, shirt off, just loves himself.
Yeah, I love it. Excellent. You've been given the opportunity to do one of only the following things. Only one of them. Parachute out of a plane, take a hot lap in a V8 supercar, go hot air ballooning or swim with the sharks. Which one are you choosing? One or none?
oh.
Yeah, they sound a bit scary for me. I wouldn't mind going on a hot air balloon.
Yep.
That'd be pretty cool. They're pretty expensive though, so if you know anyone that can hook me up, let me know.
I do. I'll hook you up with
know,
balloon sunrise.
I
Yep.
nearly parachute, I think. Although when the older I'm getting, the worse I'm getting with heights for some reason.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Is that a thing, or I swear I used to be fine with heights, and then does it gets worse?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's gonna be. Don't tell me that.
That's trouble.
It's a balance thing too, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
I swear I used to be fine, and then did the Sydney Harbour Bridge a few years back.
Okay.
And like walked across just like the first section. It was only like 20 metres tall,
So-
and jelly legs. Like I could hardly walk.
How's that?
It was.
Wow.
not good.
What's your favourite ground to play on around Australia and why?
Oh, you can't beat the G for me.
Can't beat it?
Yeah. Yeah, it literally
That's
is.
it,
That's
yeah.
it. You just you
It's the
run out
Colosseum.
and oh, it is. It literally is.
Brilliant. Mitch,
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
very similar. I used to rock up to the G probably 4 hours before a game when I was a kid, and absolutely loved being around there. So to run out onto the ground and play on it is surreal every time I go out there.
That's fantastic. I love it. Hey, playing for the Hawthorn Football Club is?
Oh yeah, it's a privilege and an honour, and you love doing it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, one word would just be grateful for me.
Excellent. I like it a lot. What's the one thing you can't live without? Say your dog if you want, Luke.
Yeah. She's a little Pomeranian, little fluff ball.
Yeah.
Just love. Yeah. Especially if you get home after a loss or something like that, and you're not feeling great, and then she just runs in, doesn't care how you're
That's
feeling, and just puts the most.
Good on
Yeah.
you.
She'd say the same thing. So.
She runs in and sits on your lap too. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, my pooch would be right up there as well, as well as just mates and family.
Yeah, good. What's better, mark or goal of the year?
Goal of the year for me.
Good.
Mark.
When you're filling up with petrol, do you round it off to an even amount, or do you keep going until it fills?
I keep going until it's like I can sit it's very close to the top. Yeah, I keep and I even pull it out to the top and then keep going.
Bring it out to the last second.
It depends if petrol's expensive or not. I'll still, if it's really expensive, I'll top it up to maybe $50 and I'll try to get it right on the money. But if it's a bit cheaper, I'll run it all the way through, which is really weird because it's really just wasting my time because then I have to fill up quicker. So it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's good though, I understand. Who's the absolute worst dresser at the club? Double mid.
Tom Phillips is pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's that haircut, isn't it?
Yeah, he just he just doesn't put much effort in at all. A bloke that puts in a lot of effort but is still pretty bad is Chad Wingard.
I like it. He's not holding back tonight.
yeah.
That's good.
Connor McDonald is a young fella.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just maybe I'm getting old.
He's trying to be a trendsetter, so I get that. He's got a bit of swag though.
Yeah, okay. All right, interesting. I like it. Hawthorn Football Club at the end of this season will finish where?
We should win the next few, so hopefully that might jump us up into 13th, is it? Or we're already in 13th?
Yeah, you're already
Maybe
in
12th
13th
then? Oh, 12th. I'll say 12th.
Okay.
What do you guys reckon? Should we try winning games or tank and then get some priority picks? Try to go for some draft picks. No, we try to win every game, so I don't know. Where are we? 13th? 12th.
Okay, good. All right. Do you like the flashing lights and music playing after a goal?
It's actually, we're not really used to it. So when we play at Marvel Stadium, we're generally the away team. And Essendon, I think, do it really well. It's actually quite intimidating how they flash the lights and it goes pretty dark. Oh, I don't mind it in terms of entertainment, but the footy lover in me says no.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know. It certainly got us, like that night when they got all the momentum against us.
Yeah.
And they were doing that after every goal, and you're on the field just going, geez, what's going on? Like, it was hard to try and remove yourself from it and sort of get back and concentrate. So,
Wow, that's really interesting. Yeah, right.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really mind either way, but I think it is good for footy. I think, it's kids and that. The kids like it. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Light show?
Thumbs up,
Up,
yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Okay, all right, okay. Good, and I like the way that you threw that's good footy in there too. That was very good. Thank you very much. You're a contestant on a reality TV show. What sort of a show is it?
I don't know. What? No.
I actually don't know. Survivor, actually.
Survivor?
Yeah, Survivor would be all right. Or what's the jungle one?
I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
Yeah.
What, did you want to go in there and eat lamb's testicles? And
Yeah. Well, if I did it, I just wouldn't tell them what I'm actually scared of. I'd just be like, I'd just fake it and just be like, I hate spiders, but when actually I hate snakes.
Yeah.
It's like, just do the opposite. So then
right. It could work. All right. If you could time travel to any AFL grand final in history, which one would you like to go and see?
I'd definitely go back to the '89 grand final with Hawthorn. Just the vision. Like, we've got vision from it, but I feel like just sitting in the stands watching the start of that match would have been. Yeah. Did anyone go? Anyone there? No. No. Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Mitch?
I've never been to a grand final, so
Okay.
I would say it'd be pretty cool to go back to 2015 and watch my now mates win a flag.
Yep.
Even some guys that have moved on, like Ryan Schollmaker's really close with him. He won his first flag in 2015. But hopefully my first one that I go to will be next year or the year after.
There you go. I like it. I like it. It's actually it's a trick question. I throw that one in there because I always like to see who says it. You're the first one to actually say exactly that. The first grand final you want to see is the one you're in. I bloody like it. Well done. Beautiful. Not to say your answer wasn't bloody good too, though.
Yeah.
Who has been? What has been the best win you've ever been involved in? From your standpoint.
The 2013 grand final for me would be right up there. It's especially after losing 12. Like, we lost 12 to the Swans, and then. Yeah, you don't just get to rock up to the grand final the next week. Like, you got a whole another 12 months of hard work and pre-season and all that. So to then get back there again and win it was, it was so special.
Brilliant. Love it.
I think I mentioned the Collingwood game that I played in. I think it was 2019. That was a good one. But even Easter Monday this year, to kick the sealer with one out the back that I actually got from Luke, that was that was really good. Just to know with the ball in your hands that you were going to win the game. It was a nice feeling.
Awesome. Oh, I like it. Great answer. Who's the coach's pet? Is there one? Sam Favour, anybody?
That's a tough one because obviously he's just taken over the role this year. So some blokes are probably trying to announce themselves as the teacher's pet. Will Day is one that could be up and coming for a bit of teacher's pet type of action.
Lockie Brambles, sort of, gets a little bit. But they're probably a couple, I'd say.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. If you would appear on a talent show, would you be a singer or a dancer?
I'd try and dance, but I can't dance either. I'm definitely not singing.
Neither. I have some tickets on myself singing. I'm not going to sing now, obviously. But in the shower, I think I'm amazing. Until a few of the boys hear me at the club and say, "Mate, you are shocking."
Well done for being honest. I like it. What do you think when you see a poster or merchandise of yourself? I know we discussed the footy cards earlier, but what's it like when you see a poster or merchandise?
I don't know what I think. I'd normally probably try and turn away and get out of there so that no one recognises it, like puts the two and two together.
Yeah, cool.
I just think, who's that good-looking rooster up there?
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
Very much look away. Like, it's quite unsettling to see that.
I love it. All right. Last couple of questions here for you, boys. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
Yeah, it's awesome. As I said earlier, we haven't been able to get out to like schools and junior footy clubs and all that. And we did one last week, just around the corner from here, and there was a little fellow with 22. I started like filming him. He was like doing like one-on-ones, and I was getting into it, like wanting to win and like trying to kick it, like teaching him how to kick goals and all that. So
that's
yeah, I get absolutely pumped when there's a 22, and make sure I do everything I can for him, get over and give him a signature and a photo, and let them ask questions or whatever they want to know.
Great.
So
Excellent.
yeah, it's good.
Good stuff, Luke.
Yeah, I'm the exact same. Whenever I see a 2 out in the crowd or at training, I still think it's for Ruffy.
Yeah.
So to know that they've gone out there and got my number because they enjoy watching me play, they enjoy me as a person is really... Yeah, it's hard to put into words, and whenever I see him and go out for a signature, I try to give him the time of day and have a proper conversation, which is, it's always awesome.
Good on you, Mitch. You'll have a legion of fans, and you'll make your own mark down at the Hawthorn Football Club, as you already are, so keep it up, mate. What time do you normally get to sleep after a night game? Are you able to relax, or does it take you a while to unwind?
I used to be really good. I could sort of get home and wind down for half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I'd be fine. But now, again, I don't know if it's I'm getting older or whatever, but I'm normally at least 2 or 3 hours now to wind down. So normally maybe 1, 2 in the morning, I try and go to bed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, by the time we get out of the ground, especially for a 7:50 game, it's not. It's probably around 11 p.m. and then get home by 11:30, 12. I'm not going to sleep until 2:33.
Yeah, wow.
Just like literally lying in bed, eyes just wide open, thinking about the game.
Adrenaline just pumping through you as well. Last question, you'll like this. I'm sure you will, Mitch. Should tomato sauce be kept in the fridge or the cupboard?
It's in the cupboard. It's definitely in the cupboard.
It's kept in your back pocket, mate.
In a satchel that you carry around with you. Oh, that's brilliant. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together with the boys. Well done, guys. I just wanted to suggest to you, as I spoke at the top of the show, these shows are done live from the Mulgrave Country Club. We do them every Wednesday night. We get 2 current day players from each of the 10 Victorian clubs on the show. Next week on the show, which is July the 27th, we'll be having Caleb Daniel and Cody Waitman from the Western Bulldogs Football Club on the panel. Then on 3rd of August, we'll be having Ben Mackay. All right, so you can tell him that you're on the show and just go, you know what, mate, I was on before you. Ben Mackay and Nick Larkey, all right, from the North Melbourne Football Club. If you're purchasing your tickets, remember you can only get them online. You can purchase them through the That's Good for Footy website, www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/events. Click on the links in the post on the That's Good for Footy page. This will take you through to the ticketing platform. You can also now purchase tickets at the door, which means you can just rock up, and say, hey, I'm here. You can do that. The other thing that I wanted to do was just say thank you to Sam and thank you to Sandy. Can you guys please put your hands together for them? It's nice that you acknowledge that we put these shows on for the fans. Not a lot of you here tonight, but it doesn't matter because you're here in spirit, and that's what we like, because you've got to get out there and support the team. Support the team. All I really wanted to say from that is thank you to Mitch Lewis and to thank you to Luke Bruce. Can you please put your hands together for them?
Thank you.
I wanted to say it was fantastic having both of you on the show tonight. I really appreciate you making the time and coming down and being with the fans, being so candid and obviously with your answers and just being yourself. So I really appreciate it. Your first time, Mitch, how did you go? What did you think?
Yeah, good. I just tried to hang as much crap as I could on Luke, so I think it ended up all right.
You did. Yeah, I think you were fine. How did you go with it, mate?
Yeah, it was good. So it's 3rd time maybe doing it. So it's always a pleasure to come out and see the fans and answer a few questions. Yeah,
thanks, mate. I really do appreciate both of you being available for the show. I wish you all the best of luck on the weekend. Go out there and give it a red hot crack. Hawks have got the best opportunity to go from 13th to 12th, and that's what's important here. So seriously, have a good weekend of football. If you're not enjoying yourself, you're not really out there doing what you want to do. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for coming along tonight. We hope you really enjoyed yourselves. If you didn't, don't tell anyone because no one likes a whinger. This has been the That's Good for Footy panel show. My name's Damien. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Cheers.